Hi guys, I'm Jamie the Spirit Coach and I am here to give you guys a general reading. Welcome Leo. This message is going to be for you. Please take what resonates and leave the rest, as this may or may not be for you at this time. Feel free to check out your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign. There may be something in one of those readings for you. Also, guys, at the end of this reading, I am doing an extended version over on Patreon, so you can check in the description box below where you'll find the link for the Patreon community. So, Leo, for this reading, this is just a timeless reading. So when it finds you, it's meant for you, okay? I have pre-shuffled and pulled your cards to save on time. But before we begin, we're going to pull an animal spirit message for you, okay? From the Spirit Animal Oracle. For Leo. What can we get? What animal spirit for Leo? Now, Leo, keep in mind, this animal energy can be seen as a totem. You may not be actually seeing this animal around you, or you may be. But if you're not, you can use the symbolism of this animal spirit. Call upon it to help you through any challenging times or any times of need, or if you're feeling alone, right? All right. What animal message can we get for Leo? What does Leo need right now? Stag spirit, take the lead. I love that. So we're going to read from the book on that first. But, I mean, I think it pretty much goes without saying that you're in this phase currently where you're becoming the leader of your own life and trusting in your own abilities to do so. Okay? 58. The leader. Take the lead. Whether or not you have set your intention to lead, you may have found yourself suddenly called to step up to the forefront of your life. Stag Spirit is a reminder that now is a time to heed the call, to be sure, strong, and compassionate. Others will look up to you, and you have it within you to see through the eyes of Stag Spirit and walk with confidence as you take on the responsibilities that are yours. And model integrity in all that you do and in all your relationships. Be willing to see the best in others so that your compassionate heart keeps you on the right path. Stag Spirit wants you to know that your responsibilities now are to yourself too, for you are learning and developing new skills. The best in you is coming into view as you step forward with strength, knowing that Spirit supports you as you compassionately take the lead. You are a model for transformation now, sharing your experience, strength, and hope with others so they may grow and discover their best selves too. What a gift you are. Stay humble and authentic and walk your talk, for this is how a wise leader leads. Okay, on a side note, this message is going to be for me too, guys. I can totally feel it, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm a Leo sun, first and foremost. But secondly, I started this docu-series on TikTok. And in that, I literally said in a recording the other day that I'm sharing this docu-series because I'm trying to walk my talk and show it to the world. And I'm sharing like really vulnerable parts of me. So you could be feeling in this same energy if you're relating to me at all with this, Leo. Like finally feeling in a space where you can come out of your bubble and like truly authentically be yourself without any fears. Okay? All right, so now that brings us into your reading here. So we've got your first cards. I combined two different decks, the Good Tarot deck as well as the Psychic Tarot deck, into one large deck of cards. So I shuffled and pulled your cards. I'm considering the Psychic Tarot more of like the masculine energy, and the Good Tarot is more of a feminine vibe for me. You got quite a few of the good tarot cards out. So you're having to really kind of, I think you're kind of having a balance, honestly, between your masculine and feminine. But in your recent past, you have truly come through, like, maybe you had like a spiritual awakening, or you had like a wake up call. Something happened that caused you to shift the way you were doing something, the way you were thinking, something along those lines, right? Because we have truth here. Something inside of you too, I feel like, was calling for you to be more authentic, like really cutting through to the truth of every part of you. Seeing the lies that you tell yourself in your head, seeing how your own thoughts and fears and insecurities can be projected outwardly and, onto others, and mirrored back to you. You have really had to cut through any type of negative self-talk, self-sabotage, and truly find confidence in yourself. I think also, too, you've really also had to learn to set boundaries with yourself, being truthful about what you're giving your energy to. Is it benefiting you? Is it hurting you? What do you need to cut out? What do you need to say no to, right? Really looking at those things and being willing to sacrifice the things that just are not benefiting you, are not serving you, are not helping you. This card also talks a little bit about self-sacrifice. So this is really strongly where I'm getting the energy of setting clear boundaries, like telling people no. Leo, you could be this person that just naturally takes care of others, you naturally fall into a leadership role because you're ruled by the sun, and the sun is a ruler, right? You're the only zodiac ruled by the sun. So you naturally fall into that role, and then the responsibility of that role can really take a toll on you. It can really weigh you down, and you can overburden yourself. You can overwork yourself, and you can create burnout for yourself. I think like I said, in the recent past, this is something you're coming out of, right? And you wanted to build something for yourself. I don't know if it's a career building, or just like truly trying to work towards your own success. Trying to set yourself up for like financial stability and be in a mindset of abundance, right? Like cutting out any lack mentality as well. You could have also, too, in the recent past, seen the truth of some situation. Like, you could have seen the truth of how you were self-sacrificing. I don't know. Something that may have been taking away from this, what you were trying to build. Maybe not intentionally. I don't think intentionally you were doing it, but doing it and it in return hurting you. Now, when we come into the current energy for you, Leo, there's so much air energy. I feel like you're really in your head a lot recently. Currently, you're up in your head space a lot. I think this is why. I think, too, maybe when you're like, well, let me share the cards with you. We have 3 of air, King of air, and 2 of air. So I think you need to get back grounded. You really need to ground yourself right now, Leo. It might benefit you to try to balance work and play here. you may have recently realized, like, in your act to achieve something, you've actually been kind of blocking yourself from actually reaching that thing, that achievement, because it's almost like you overload yourself, you overburden yourself, you put too much on your plate, right? And then it's like a chase, like you're going after it, you're telling yourself that you don't have it yet, and you're going to have to do more in order to be more. It's like that belief that I have to do more in order to be more. And that could be a realization that you're having, is like, no, that's not true. Like, I don't believe that anymore. So how am I going to change that up? So then we come into this 3 of air, King of air, and 2 of air. Three of air to me is like releasing, past stories that you've told yourself, storylines from the past. Like, you know how when we have experiences that don't feel good, that feel like, especially traumatic experiences, but when we have those experiences that don't feel good, that pain stays with us, and we create a storyline in our mind around why we felt that pain, right? So then in the future, anytime we feel that same feeling, that same storyline comes to mind, and it's playing in our subconscious on repeat, right? So I think you, like, while you're in your head right now, like, you're really having to take off the blindfold and sift through these beliefs that you're telling yourself. I do strongly feel like needing some boundaries during this time. So let me look at this 3 of air real quick. So it says rejection is God's protection. Silver linings, natural departures. A third party helps me to see the truth of this situation. What is truly mine can never be withheld from me. Rejection is spirit's protection. It's in my best interest to let go and allow for something better to take its place. It is my highest good to see the truth regardless of my temporary discomfort. This too shall pass. Yeah, so I think once you had this aha, this realization, or, this awakening or wake-up call, like, I think you were able to sift through those thoughts and see that, right? Like, you're coming into this energy now where you're seeing that. You're seeing that anything that hasn't worked out for you up to this point was divine. It was meant to be that way. And you're also seeing that you can rewrite the story in a new way. With this King of Air, you can take authority back over your life by rewriting the story, and doing it more authentically. Truth is everything. I think before I act, and I work with the universal laws with clear intention. Do I see how the foundations of the past have affected the present and the future? Yeah. Also, remember how I was talking about how you are, you had that, you might possibly have that mentality of, I have to do more to be more. Putting that workload on yourself, like, I think you're just cutting that belief out now and realizing that that's not true at all, and giving more faith in co-creating with spirit, like, also understanding that destiny is at play. And realizing that when you chase after something, you're only really truly pushing it away. I heard another reader say, to chase something is only a result of a fear of you never receiving it, right? You would only chase it because you're afraid you're never going to get it. So like changing that mentality too. And then two of air is like making that choice, like cutting it out. Any type of uncertainty, you're really willing to breathe through it, process it, and realize like, okay, I can't make a decision from this place of uncertainty. I need to bring myself present right now because of what I've learned in my past, that I can let my mind get ahead of me, right? I need to have clear boundaries here right now. Boundaries with yourself even. And then that brings us into the end of your reading with 2 of Earth, 4 of Earth, and Ace of Fire. This is really, remember how I was saying I feel like you need to ground your energy more. You need to get more grounded. It might benefit you to get outdoors, be outside, be with nature. If you can't get outside, just be close to plants or sit by a window or something like that, because it's going to bring some balance in for you. Right now, you could be juggling your finances a little bit too, trying to find balance with that even. But I think you are now in this space, or here in the near future, I feel like your faith and your trust has been tested, and now it's stronger than ever before. Because you've been able to have this realization, because you've been able to see that your thoughts have been pushing away your manifestations, right? Like you're able to surrender that. Surrender the chase and surrender the need for it. And instead just continue doing the things from a balanced place while balancing work and play, right? Taking time for yourself to enjoy life, to, be a human, but also taking the time to dedicate your focus and energy to your work when that's necessary, because you know that the work you're doing is definitely giving back to you, right? There's no doubt. And then you come into Ace of Fire, which is just fuel to your fire. It's a blessing on your creative instincts, it's more inspired ideas come in for you, more possibilities for you to take action on, you'll know the right steps to take next. Nine of Water is on the bottom of the deck, and that reminds me of gratitude, right? Like being grateful, coming back to a space of gratitude, being thankful for all that you have right now, like completely staying present in this authenticity, in this leadership role. A wise leader has to trust and have full faith that what he's leading his people to is for the greater good, right? So I think you're really starting to feel that now, coming in the near future anyways. You're coming into this space of feeling secure in the decisions that you've made, feeling more confident to say no to things that don't feel good to your soul, and yes to the things that are going to give back to you and that you don't doubt at all. And you don't feel this pressure or this burden to work to do more in order to be more, because you are valuable exactly as you are without giving anything at all. So yeah, All right, so let's pull a message from this mystical shaman oracle for you, Leo, and see what sacred symbol we can get for you. What energy can you work with? I definitely think you got to get out of this headspace for a little while, Leo. Just detach from your thoughts for a while. Like, one easy activity that you can do is like really focus, instead of letting yourself get lost in your thought, like instead get lost in your senses, right? So if you're brushing your teeth, like really focus on what your fingers are feeling and what your gums are feeling, what your tooth is feeling, you know. Or when you're brushing your hair, pay attention to the bristles on your scalp. When you're breathing, pay attention to the air flowing in and out of your nostrils. What does it feel like? What does it smell like? How does it, you know, what is it doing to your body? Things like that bring you back to the present and get you out of that headspace energy. All right, so what can we get from the mystical shaman oracle for Leo? What message can we get for Leo? Looks like you got 2 cards, Leo. The Ancient Ones. Ooh, and the Jaguar. Yeah, I love both of these energies. I'm new to this deck, so we're going to read from the book. But the number 1 here signifying new beginnings for me. And then we have here 82, is it 82? 28 breaking down to a 10, which is a cycle completion and a new beginning. All right, let's see. The Ancient Ones. I feel this is you too, Leo. You are an ancient one. You know, in order to be a leader, you've probably come through some stuff, had a lot of experience, you know. The Ancient Ones are the shamans of old who defeated death and escaped from the tyranny of time. The Ancient Ones once walked the earth like us, in flesh and bone, and now they reside in infinity and can counsel us after we say yes to our calling. They are available to help us attain our full realization. The Ancient Ones are inviting you to reach to the future to help birth a new destiny for the earth. Go ahead, find out who you are becoming 10,000 years from now. If you accept the invitation, great power and blessings will come your way and allow you to craft a new destiny for yourself. Do not hesitate to bite off more than you can chew, because you have unlimited spiritual resources available right now. All right, and then let's go into the Jaguar. The Jaguar is the protector of all life in the Amazon, and in times of fear, she brings courage and certainty. Jaguar is at the top of the food chain and never becomes prey. With great stealth, she can track her mark from a distance and not be seen or heard. She moves gracefully through the jungle, relishing the abundance of the rainforest, fearless and at ease. Jaguar knows the ways beyond death and is the master of the shadows, blending invisibly between light and dark, night and day. Jaguar calls you to explore beyond the walls that confine you, to go outside of your normal routine, to push your limits and boundaries. She's delivering an invitation from your own future to investigate the unknown, to venture into the mystery and the dark places you've been reluctant to explore. Toss caution to the wind and know that your Jaguar instinct will serve you well. I feel like this is what you're going to come into, because you've had to be in this space here recently of forming boundaries for yourself, of setting boundaries for yourself in the in the recent past with the sacrifice card here and this truth card. You have really had to learn how to set those boundaries, but then in the near future you're going to come into this space, I feel like, with this Ace of Fire, this inspired fiery energy that's going to be blessed on you. It's going to push you to really venture outside of the box, to think differently than you've ever thought before, and to do things better, you know, to do things in a way that's unique to you. that reveals more of your authentic self, you know? So I think that is all I have for this part of the reading for you, Leo. I hope you enjoyed the message. Hopefully it resonated. Feel free to hit that like button, give me a follow if you haven't already, or comment down below how that reading resonated. I love the feedback. I'm so grateful for you, Leo. I'm so proud of you. You are walking your talk. You are leading by example here because you've been through it, right? You've been through the struggle and you've come out on the other side of it. And you're still kind of up in the head about it a little bit, but I think here soon, maybe coming into the beginning of next week even, you're going to start feeling more motivated, more inspired, more balanced, you know, acting from that place of true faith that what you are calling in is on its way, right? So have a beautiful and blessed day, Leo. Bye.